Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth video. So we're going to have a look at the weather the next 10 to 14 days. So today's fourth and final video, day 10, will take us to the 12th of October. We'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles, various around a couple of weeks. Have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That's going to take us more or less to the end of October. I shall get on with that for you very shortly. Just say about the first video release, was our 7 AM broadcast. We've also released the week ahead broadcast, as well as the EC 42-day/6 weeks look ahead as well, by the way. So check out all of those videos if you'd like to do that. Please like, share, subscribe on the video. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing this for GavsWeatherVids. I'll tell you what's coming up over the rest of the weekend. Well, tomorrow, I suppose. At the end of the video. So you're going to start off in Tropical Atlantic. 2 storms. We've got Tropical Storm Victor just here, getting maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour with a minimum central pressure of 1,001 millibars, moving west-northwestwards at 13 miles per hour. Clicking on Victor, we can see if this is going to become a tropical depression, weaken to a tropical depression shortly, and then we'll go post-tropical and die away as we get into the middle of next week, or by the middle of next week. So we don't have to worry too much about Victor. And we've also got Sam here. Hurricane Sam is still a major hurricane, giving maximum sustained winds of 130 miles per hour with a minimum central pressure of 945 millibars and moving north-northeastwards at 17 miles per hour. Clicking on Sam and going here, we can see that this major hurricane will weaken back to a Category 2 hurricane through the course of this evening. And then it will go into the North Atlantic, into the open of next week, where it will go post-tropical and end up somewhere by Thursday to the south of Iceland, just as an area of low pressure. And that area of low pressure may well then start to promote high pressure over the UK again. So more about that in a second. Right, coming back home, central temperature is confirmed for September, as we said yesterday, at 15.9. It's an anomaly of over 2 degrees above average, so it was a very warm September, although around just under a degree shy of the warmest September on record, which is 2006. We have 1 day's worth of data in for October, so provisional up to the 1st, CT for October is standing at 13.3. That's just 1 degree above average. So still a little bit above average for the first day of October, but nowhere near the sort of anomaly that we saw during most of September. It'll probably tick down a little bit this weekend, as particularly today we've got a pretty dull, wet and fairly cold day across many parts of the country. However, later on it probably will get a boost. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks, looking at Coventry. Again today, so red lines for 30-year upper air temperature average for Coventry. Starting off below average at the moment. The upper air temperatures are a little bit below par for this time of the year. It's also very unsettled, of course. Later next week, you're going to see the upper air temperatures lifting up. It's going to get quite warm. Not going back to sort of extreme heat that we had during September at times, but certainly becoming warmer with the upper air temperatures later next week. And then after that, probably just dropping back close to the long-term average, really, precipitation-wise. So it's going to be wet over the next few days. So from today through to around Tuesday, Wednesday, going to be plenty of rain around, particularly today, and again, sort of Monday night into Tuesday. But then we're going to a run of drier weather, so from around the 7th through to the 13th, 14th of October, looking significantly drier in that period. That's as high pressure is building in. And then around the middle of October, maybe starting to shift back into something more unsettled again. Of course, that is extended range. It's a very long way out. And so, therefore, it's in the unreliable time frame of the GFS and its ensemble. Temperature anomalies from the 2nd to the 10th of October are going to be a little bit warmer than average. Precipitation anomalies from the 2nd to 10th of October. Driving average for Scotland and Ireland. Average to a little bit wetter than average for parts of England and Wales, especially so more southern and western. So expect these to start trending drier again, you know, over the next few days. I reckon these are going to go significantly drier than average again in the next few days. Later info from Earth, nullschool.net shows that low pressure remains in control of the weather for today, however. So low pressure is to west of Scotland. At the moment, we're bringing like a southerly wind, and there's an active area of low pressure associated with that. Tomorrow, we'll turn wind into west, and that will bring in lots of showers. Right, let's start going through the chart data. This is how the UK Met is looking at the weather outlook for midnight on Tuesday. Low pressure is in over the country. At midnight on Tuesday, there will be another bout of quite heavy rain through Tuesday. And then that clears away as we go through into Wednesday. High pressure and building in behind that as the low pressure associated with Hurricane Sam stalls to the south of Greenland and Iceland. It promotes the ridge, it inflates the ridge over the UK and across the northern parts of Europe. So we go back to high pressure in the second half of the coming week. That's how we look to get to the end of the UK Met today, which gets us to midnight on Saturday. We're high and dry, high pressure well and truly dominating the weather. It won't be excessively hot with that high pressure due to the fact that we're talking about October and not September or August or whatnot, but it still will be a little bit warmer than average. But we have got to watch out for some mist and fog early and late. This is how the GM is looking, so the Canadian model looks like that. Again, we're at the weather outlook for this one, still not updating at the VTA for some reason. So here we go then on midnight on Tuesday. Low pressure dominates weather over the country. Will bring plenty of rain with it. That low pressure clears away to south. High pressure builds in behind it, so through the second half of next week, we're firming up on the idea that high pressure takes over, brings lots of dry weather. That high pressure becoming centrally located over the top of the country by next weekend could imply the risk of some dense fog patches, perhaps due to the fact that we are now into October. It will be quite a warm reach though, with warm sunshine by day. That's how it looks as we get to the end of the GM. High pressure still in control, but maybe starting to weaken a little bit by that point. But we're still high and dry basically up to day 10 with the GEM. Right then, let's have a look at the GFS midnight run again. Not much of is Tuesday. Low pressure is dominating weather over the country. Low pressure and clears away into northern France with high pressure taking over behind it through Thursday and Friday. The high pressure takes control of the weather, and that high pressure dominates into next weekend too. As we move up towards day 10, the high pressure begins to recede back into north and northeast Europe. Lower pressure starts to come back in off the Atlantic, so that period of dry weather begins to break down. And in the extended range with the GFS midnight run, we start to turn more and more unsettled and a little bit cold as well as high pressure begins to build up towards Greenland and Iceland. So turning cooler and wetter in the extended range after a period of warmer, drier weather through the second week of October. I guess it's to the 18th, by the way, as far as we go to with the GFS today. Right, this is 6. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Only got to put on around another 17 or 16 subscribers now to get to 12.2k. Please give us a sub and get us to 12.2k this weekend. That would be incredible if you could do that for us. Thank you so much. Right, this shall be 6 days looking for GFS. Low pressure is over top of the country. Will bring loads of dry weather. No, bring loads of wet weather. For the early part of next week, that low pressure clears away and high pressure takes over into the second half of next week. We're back to high and dry weather second half of next week. So yes, plenty of fine conditions. Well, pretty warm with sunshine by day. Watch out for a few mist and fog patches by night. Into weekend, again, high pressure is dominating weather over to the east of the country, but moving up to day 10. Signs that high pressure is weakening. Low pressure beginning to come in off the Atlantic. So the GFS 6 also turning things unsettled again into the middle part of October and the third week of the month. Yes, low pressure breaks back through and we turn wetter once again. So like the second week of October is shaping up to have high pressure influences, but probably at the moment it's going to struggle to last much beyond mid-month, probably. And then this is how the ECM is looking. So once more, low pressure over top of the country on Tuesday will bring plenty of rain with it into Wednesday and Thursday. That low pressure gets out of the way, high pressure builds behind it, and the high pressure takes over through Friday, bringing loads of dry weather. Into next weekend, high pressure again dominates the weather across the country, plenty of fine conditions. The high pressure is still there as we get to day 10. Maybe with the ECM, signs of a little bit of retrogression with the ECM midnight run. It is trying to move that out into the Atlantic and head up towards Greenland. I think it's probably an outlier synoptically, but yeah, it's having a go again at high pressure to our west. Basic idea is that from the second half of next week onwards, high pressure is dominating up to day 10 with the ECM. Missing precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Loads of rain and showers come over the next few days. It looks very wet and windy through Tuesday, in particular across England and Wales. And then high pressure takes over. After that, we go high and dry with a big area of high pressure building in, and that total goes get to day 10. Mainly dry with high pressure in control of the weather. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 12th of October from the Icelandic Met Office. 32 members of the ECM ensembles, including the control of the operational run, showing a high pressure sitting to our northeast. Around high pressure, we're bringing in the wind from an east direction, mainly dry, not overly warm, not excessively warm with that, but certainly pleasant warmth by day. Maybe chilly nights with some mist and fog patches. 19 have high pressure right over top of the coast, so all options are pointing to high pressure at day 10. The difference is just in the exact placement of the ridge. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 17th of October. Who's on their birthday, Ben? I wonder. So, 14 members of the ECM ensembles will have high pressure over and just to the east of the country, mainly dry with that one. 13 will have high pressure slightly to our west, low pressure to our northeast. Winds sort of in from more of a northwesterly direction. Could be a little bit cool and unsettled with that. 12 with high pressure just to our west. Again, that's going to be mainly dry. Might bring in winds from a rather coolish northerly direction. And then 12 down here have low pressure breaking through. They're going back to much more unsettled. It does look as though high pressure will be in control of the weather. Certainly up to the middle of October. Whether it lasts beyond that remains to be seen. Finally, just have a look at CFS V2. These are 500 millibar heights break down into week periods. The first week period is going to take us from the 2nd to the 8th of October. Coming week looks unsettled with low pressure around the country. So, yes, it is quite a cool, wet start to October. All changed by week 2. It's the 9th to the 15th of October. High pressure then builds to our south and east. Low pressure out to the northwest, and winds coming up from a southerly southwesterly direction. So, turning warmer and also turning drier, especially so in the south. All change again for week 3. This is the 16th, 22nd of October. Low pressure comes back. So, obviously, that turns much more unsettled once again with plenty of rain. And then all change again for week 4, which is the 23rd to 29th of October, as high pressure comes back. Very, very changeable. October being signalled here by the CFS with, plenty of intra-week variation going on. So we finish up by the end of October back under high pressure centred over the country. By that point, under high pressure by the end of October, that could be starting to get quite cold with the risk of overnight frost depending on the exact origins of the air mass. So, of course, we shall see about that, and time will tell. Right, we're done. If you enjoyed the video, then please smash the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. You'll be able to future other content, including future winter updates and live streams and videos if you subscribe. So please give us a sub and to help get us to 12.2k and our ultimate target of 13,000 subscribers. And drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, I rattled through that quite quickly, didn't I? That was alright, wasn't it? Right, so that's it for today's video. I've been a little bit giddy on this one. That's it for today's videos. So just tell you what's coming up tomorrow. We'll start with 7 AM broadcast. We will also, by the way, have the Bit of Winter 2021-2022 update part 2. That will be, no, part 1. That will be a very, very interesting watch. It'll be live streaming from 6 PM. Part 2, what I'm going to tell you about part 2 is that part 2 of the 5th winter update will be released at 6 PM on Monday. There's a very interesting post on the community page as well, by the way, on the channel. So do have a look at that. Little bit of info about Christmas updates. Christmas is coming. So have a look at that community post. I won't post any spoilers, but it is quite funny what I posted there. So have a look at that. And yeah, so Christmas updates, a little bit of news about that. Right, okay, that's it for today's videos. In all seriousness, man, tomorrow, 7 AM broadcast, and then, of course, we've got part 1 of the 5th Winter 2021-2022 update, followed by a live stream at 6 PM. So, I shall see you live, Ben, but for today's bits, and that's all now. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and bye for now.